We better get this party started. But before then, let me run the music. All right, here's my music. Let us enjoy. Oh, sorry, guys. I forgot my manners. My apologies. Let's get it. Okay. I guess without all the things, let me stop screen share. Remove this. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the After Dark, a late night edition here on the Chaos Rain channel. As you know, I'm Chaos Rain here, the one and only Chaos.
Just checking last things. Make sure my sound's good. Look like it's good so far. I ain't gonna go back to the playback, but you know how it goes. I'm just looking at some things. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't show up on Twitter. Let me fix that. Let me check. All right, I'm just looking at one last thing. And the other things I probably will share also. If you're new to the Chaos Reign channel, welcome and thank you for subscribing to the Chaos Reign channel. And for those that will subscribe in the near future, I will thank you and welcome and respect for those that will subscribe to the future of the Chaos Reign channel. As you know, I go by name Chaos Reign here, the one and only. And in a world where there's crime, corruption, violence, murder, rape, etc., it'll take a greater. Actually, we're living in a state of chaos. It'll take a more greater or extreme chaos to restore the order in which the world we live in today. That is always the quote I created constantly on my calling podcast shows, and I've been doing that for some time now. Oh good, the room. Hello, Still My Thunder. I will put the invite early because you know we can have this conversation. It's optional to those that's listening. And make sure you hit like on your way into the stream. Also, leave a comment at the end of this broadcast. And please, always share it. Sharing is caring. Matter of fact, likes and shares are always free. I advocate here on the Chaos Reign channel. And for those that want to contribute or donate to the channel, I'll put it here in the chat room. All right, those are all the informations. Well, you have to understand. She's so my funder. I do my broadcast a little orthodox in a way. I don't intend to do it at the night times. I could do it early, depending on the severity of the time, but because of how my time constraint is here on the YouTube side of things, besides other social media outlets, nighttime is much more preferable for me, especially. Now, down the line, I will eventually go earlier or in the mid time, depending on my time slot. But mostly on the average, nighttime really works better for me. Knowing it really hurts the algorithm, I go late at night, depending who's on, because two things have people go to sleep, or people just tired and bored and they don't want to watch nothing else or hear anything else on the social media side of things, the YouTube side of things, especially. So obviously, nighttime works better for me. And there are some results that people have watched more at night, depending on the day, even to start their week. I'm just waiting for my Discord service. Oh, I forgot. For those that are familiar with my channel, you can reach to me on Facebook. I go by the name Eric Rain on Facebook. And you can also follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. I also have an open invite Discord service. It is on the About section here. And I don't know what that is. I'm just looking at things right now, guys. I'm looking at a bunch of things. And, you know, Discord is very interesting, people. If you don't create a Discord service, I highly advise everybody to create Discord, because Discord is a useful platform for direct messaging, conversations, and sharing ideals and stuff. And the one thing about Discord that people don't use properly is it's the best way to network privately if you have it. And I probably don't share things on most other people's platforms on Discord because Discord is kind of iffy. But if I do, it'd be for good reasons. So I'm just going through some of the Discord right now before I begin this conversation. And make sure y'all share and like the video. And if you want to free to ask questions, I'll try to answer as much questions as possible. I seen our question here. At Chaos, I get you. You gotta do what you gotta do to get your content out there. I'm the same way, and starting tomorrow, I have to adjust when I do one on my series. You see, you gotta say, Story Funder, I have other channels that I've not focused on yet. This is the main Chaos Reign channel, as you can tell, that has the most subscribers for now. I have other channels right now that I could entertain right now if I want to go there. But the tricky thing is I can't spread myself with the same platform on other channels. It doesn't make sense. It's counterproductive. So what I do is I create another channel for another purpose and create another channel for another purpose. This channel here is more of the raw versions of Chaos Reign. This is me, believe it or not, uncut, if I want to use that word. And I don't hold much punchlines. And to be fair, I am not really as chaotic as people expect. Don't let the name Chaos Reign fool you. If I had to get turned up, I probably will. And I could. And I fucking could. But I chose not to. Yet. I allow that for the viewers. All right, that's it. I think I sent out all the links. And I'm looking at some messages right now. Okay, that's pretty much it. If this Discord keeps acting up, I'm just going to leave it alone. I don't like things keep making noise. And I don't know if y'all guys hear the noise in the Discord in the background. I hope not. But if y'all do, ignore it. It's not really important. Anywho, let's begin and let's get on to the conversation at hand. What's good? No one grinder. All right. So, what we're going to talk about? I'm glad you asked. Let me find this. Where is it? I'm trying to find the video. You know what I should do? I know how to cut this short, the video. Let me find this. Let me do this. I should have followed this. I'm going to put the video here. All right. Now I should probably find the video and pull it up. Yeah, and you gotta do whatever you think is necessary to get your content and message out. She Stole a Funder. It's very important because if you don't do that, your channel is going to stagnate. Now, I'm not going to play this yet. I'm going to leave this up here. Now, today's subject is titled. It is titled Predicting on the Fresh and Fit and What's Next. Predictions. Now, people must understand what I mean by predictions. And if y'all know with the Chaos Reign channel, I don't like to deal with free promotion as to like one content creator as next. I don't think it's logical or ethical to give out free promotion and content to others. But let's say if we decide to do that, entertain, it should be for a purpose, a reason, an ongoing conversation that will never end. Now, what y'all notice here, because this was very much the talk of last week, I want people to have a clear understanding. And as y'all can see from the video, if I put it on mute and I run the audio, and as you can see, there's a lot of tension here, as I see in the background, where it gets problematic. And as y'all know, from looking at this, and I could play the audio, but as you know, I don't want to hear this dude's voice. It's annoying. That you got to understand, people, that Mr. Sotomayor has always had a history of, I'm sorry to say it, potentially violence towards women. Possibly. And I said possibly because, let's be honest, have y'all noticed this man ever shown the same energy and violence towards men? I want somebody to give me a 1 or say yes or no in the chat room. For those that's going to be listening to this. Or not, you could leave in the comment section. Because I have not watched Mr. Sotomayor's video since he's been active throughout YouTube for the last 12, 13 years. But I've heard about him, and I have viewed only snippets of the brother's catalog. Besides 1 or 2 live streams I saw of him last year. And I'll be honest with y'all, I'm not really impressed. It's funny, but really, truly, I'm not really impressed. And here's why. Because, let's be honest, Tommy is a shock jock. He is a comedian, and he used his, I guess, wits to make you laugh, draw attraction to himself. Now, is he intelligent in regards to other views and other areas? I don't see it from my perspective. But that's just me. But in other areas, talking about black people and black women, that's his niche. That's his go-to of really not only making money, but some that people could relate and know about him. And it works well for the brother for the last decade. And when y'all see him engage in battle with women, especially black women, what do you expect? And not more than Tommy acts and moves like a female or woman because he's raised by his mother. That's not the point. He moves in a way because, let's be honest, he has more of an aggression towards women than any man. And how we could prove it, because there's no actual videos or anything that he's been scuffled with men. And as a man speaking on another man, I had to keep it real and honest. And keep it 100 with y'all. And there's no shades, but we gotta be honest here that he will definitely beat a bitch's ass on a given notice if the opportunity presents himself. Now, will he do and fist up against a man? No, he will never do that. I remember the video that when he got punched in New York, he did not show that same aggression to go rush at this man like how he was rushing at this woman. And trust me, how I know? Because I saw the video, and the video still is out there throughout YouTube. You gotta look for it. And a lot of content creators covered that years ago. And let's be honest. This is my thing with women and men. We gotta act and move in our roles, our designated roles. We should not be engaging warfare or fistfights with one another. You as a woman of any age of giving common sense should not be thinking and feeling cool. It's natural to put your hands on a fucking man or a boy or whoever. Any person that never taught this, you have failed as a motherfucking parent. You should not be teaching your daughters that it's cool to be fist fighting boys or men. I've seen, and listen to me good, this is not going to be fair to a lot of people that watch this video. I have seen now young girls Anyone back in the mall had the audacity to sit there and rush and fist fight a grown man. And we don't understand, where are they getting this behavior from? They're getting this in their own household, besides the environment. And I heard stories of young women that are older women that said back in the days when they were growing up, they used to get in physical altercation and fights with their brothers. To me, that is backwards. That is lack of any parenting. When your son is physically fighting his own sister, that is uncharacteristic. It's a no-no. Now, I know the importance that women should defend themselves, and there are many methods of defending oneself. Usually, violence is usually the final stage. And now, because women can get access to weapon, there should be no excuse that you should be, as a woman, get out character. Hold on. You get out of character, and you want to go in an altercation where you're going to physically fight someone. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I got some message. Let me see what that is. What's going on here? Let me see what this is. All right. I'm just getting a bunch of messages, guys. I don't know why I'm getting them now. Let me address them. Okay, let me continue. Sorry. So, knowing this, and I'm hearing this from not only one woman, but I hear from multiple women that grew up with brothers, that this is normal behavior. And this is a result of dangerous, not rhetoric, but this can be dangerous in the long term for a lot of women that feels they could have an engaged Mortal Kombat battle with opposite sex. And it's not going to come out nicely, and it's not going to come out well, in my opinion. So I'm not sure why this is not something that is really addressed and something that we should really examine and resolve, especially when it comes to our girls with boys. I could sit there, invest time, energy, restraining boys all day, every day. But if you're not teaching these young little chicks that it should not be feel comfortable to be engaged in Mortal Kombat with boys physically, it's hard for me to tell the boys not do nothing to these girls. And I'm not advocating both of us engage in fist fights toward each other. It's nonsense, it's disgusting, and it's something that is not appropriate behavior when it comes to gender roles. And the funny thing about this, when I look at us as a race and everybody else, we are totally different in regards how we handle and resolve conflict towards each other. And that needs to be improved. You always hear constantly that you need to be held accountable for your actions, no matter what age. You should be taking responsibility. Just like these boys, if they've been taught it or not, and they know that the system is always going to teach them responsibility one way or the other. And one of those things for boys that don't get it or don't learn it, they got things they call prisons, jail cells, including possibly death or injury. That's how young men get punishment, not reward, for every action. It does not follow the same way towards you ladies on the norm or on the average. So, as y'all know, when I was playing that, it's very disturbing. This is disturbing. Now, I know some people are going to get some laughs, kicks, fun. And I think this is nice and cool, justifiable. I look at it as something that is very shameful and something that should be looked down upon in our communities. Because this is very reflective. When the world see Black people, especially throughout media, that we do control now because we're on YouTube, this shit should not be existing. It's worse enough. Oh, we got a bot here. 1 second, people. I do not want to see no damn bot in my fucking chat room. I might start giving some wrench because I should not be seeing bots. All right. And usually the bots come in when you're doing something that is out of character throughout the algorithm on YouTube. And you think YouTube would correct that now with these stupid little bots, but I digress. But no, but nonetheless, physical violence is never the solution, ladies, towards the opposite sex. If you feel in your heart you must engage in mortal combat or street fight with your opposite sex because of he's saying certain things to you, you need to get your goddamn head examined. You really need some counseling. You need some real deep therapy. And I'm not talking about therapy you spend for 3 months. You might need a whole year, give and take, and a deep rooted analysis why you behave, move the way you do towards men. And that's something that the women need to take more seriously. Besides the dudes, we all know some of these dudes got their issues. But I don't see on the average on live broadcasts, men is going to get up and just punch you in your goddamn face if they have the green light to do so. No, because it looks down upon them, it's shameful, and not only that, they will put themselves at risk of getting hurt and violence if they see a man just come out of nowhere and just throw a straight fist at a woman's face. No, 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 no. And trust me, there might be videos out there now if I waste my time Google if it exists, but really truly, men, depending on the generation, are not going to sit to get up and just punch in your face. This stupid violent narrative of black men need to really stop. The only violence I see mostly when I see social media, if I gotta really be honest, is usually women towards men. And normally it's black women towards black men. And one thing, I think Obsidian said this in one of his broadcasts, that he's trying to find some study and research to really show and determine if black women is also causing black men's death, which is very much a sticky and very deep conversation, which I'm not going to go through until I see some real deep analysis and information that shows some number in this to really have a really deep conversation and to have the discussion on that. But I'm going to sit back and see what he gets and what he discovers in the coming weeks or months. But back to this. As you know, this woman will get sued. Will she get penalized in the long term? I have no idea. And I know that when this happened, she got on many other channels, platforms, and promoting herself like it's no tomorrow. And I always had to question the authenticity of the Fresh and Fit podcast, because they got a lot of weird stuff going on in their podcasting for the last year and a half now. And I say year and a half because they really start their channel in around mid to late 2020. And like any content creator watching from the clouds, I don't know what the future holds between these guys. Another thing. One thing I find out with a lot of the bigger content creators, if y'all notice lately, a lot of them have been trying to push to get to a certain audience so they're actually secure and comfort on YouTube, which is a good thing. And anybody that's growing exponentially very fast should look to try to grow as fast as possible on YouTube. And you can't take my word from this. This is what I'm seeing from observation. That YouTube will protect you in a certain way, but the ones that got the bigger and stronger channels, they go look and give favors the most than ones that just start to get noticed and getting like really the foot in the door, but not all the way in the door. And I say this because if we do a real compare analysis of what is the percentage of people in the top 1% on YouTube, I would say people that are 1 million or more subscribers, not the 100K or anything. And to me, and this is just me, and anybody could back it with research or information, you could leave it in the comment section and tell me otherwise, or videos. But I'm convinced that you need to be on the top 5 to 1% on YouTube for them not only to recognize you, but to give you favors and protect you of anything, of any outcomes moving forward in their website. Now, as y'all notice, the reason why I'm telling y'all this, if you look through Fresh and Fit's catalog and look at what they're really trying to do, and this is what I'm getting out of it. What they really try to do is they're trying to hit that 1 million subscribers. They already got the audience, watch time, views, stuff. But really, the real target goal, if they really want to break the surface, and trust me, a lot of people think that these brothers can't get mainstream. You are wrong. They could hit mainstream. And how they do that is they gotta crack that 1 million subscribers. And if you look at throughout their development and their growth on YouTube, which they grew very fast, and they have more people watching per show than every other content creator in many spaces, Black YouTube and in the manosphere, especially the Black ones, is an accomplishment alone on the behalf of these two brothers. But you got to give them congratulations, because usually on YouTube, to grow from 0 to almost 500,000 in nearly a whole year is an accomplishment. Now, if you remember KS, it took him to get to 1 million subscribers last year of the I think summertime, I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, in the summertime of last year. He'd been doing content on YouTube for over, if I can remember, 6 years. Now, mind you, he had the 1,000 subscribers, he had the monetization, but when he was focusing on the men, and I'm giving you a little history from what I've learned and gathered by Chaos, is that if you remember watching some of his content, he always tell people when he goes live or anything that the direction he was trying to head, that he was trying to hit 100K subscribers a year ago or two or 3 years ago. And back then he was at 14,000, then roughly got to, at the midpoint, roughly close to 50K, while he was still working on the men at the time. And this was during April when he was doing the Lions Den. He was at roughly around 50K subscribers. And once May hit, he decided to change the direction, not just what he had looked at in his visuals, because he did change that, but really he started focusing on women. And that's when he started to shoot up and grew from the few hundred to a 1,000 a week, possibly, to maybe 10s to 30, to actually 5 to 10,000 a week at best. Even to the point as he hit 100K subscribers during the late summertime, to now roughly over 1 million in May of last year. Hold on, guys. Last year. So now, as you know, he is mainstream, and his word and his message, because he is going to make a lot of money. He told y'all this many times. I'm not sure why people don't pay attention to people and attention to end game, what they're expecting, especially KS. He told us he wants to help people and get filthy rich doing so. He didn't hold no bars, no crumbs about that. He was direct, like most men, and I say most men, very direct on the mission what he's trying to accomplish. And he has accomplished that. So now that he is considered mainstream, because mainstream now is paying attention to the manosphere, the Black manosphere especially. Not the white manosphere, but the Black manosphere. Because obviously, and I gotta say this personally, nothing really gets done or popping without the authority and talents and expertise and skills from the Black man. And I'm saying this personally with full convictions that nothing gets done unless the black man does it. And that's the honest truth. And for those that don't understand, you're a witness participant of seeing it firsthand. So that's the little short history from I could tell you from KS. And you know what I'm talking about. Now to Fresh and Fit. What they're trying to do, they're trying to hit 1 million subscribers. Now, can they accomplish this by the end of 2022? If I look right now, and if they're not at 600, I can give you a prediction when they'll hit 1 million subscribers. I'm trying to find it, guys. 1 second. And you know, oh, here it is. When will they hit 1 million subscribers? Okay, they're at 588. For them to get 1 million subscribers, they need a total of 400 and I would say 12 subscribers. And they could accomplish this if they don't take no more hits or any blows. They should hit 1 million subscribers by, if anything, at best, end of this year. Now, I would say they would hit it a little bit sooner by the end of summertime, early fall, but they're getting right now a not really fast growth like they used to. They're getting pretty much a steady growth right now. And they should move faster because they got the audience, they got the attention, and they got people pinned and talked about. Hell, I'm talking about right now. So obviously this is free promotion as well to grow their brand much further. And my prediction is what's going to happen once these guys hit 1 million subscribers. And this is my prediction now. And if I'm right or wrong, you will go back to this video if you care. That their content, what they're putting out now, is going to probably be a little bit more watered down. Meaning they're going to take it easy and take time of what they do out here on their content, especially when it comes to the women, especially when it comes to black women. And the reason why I say is because they're going to touch mainstream media much faster once they get 1 million subscribers. The reason why Kevin is there because he has, I'm sorry, the subscribers. They don't look at much of who views your shit. They look at what audience you have. Everything is different once you're over 1 million. You get looked at differently. You get more exposure. You get doors open, if you want to be blunt, on here. Especially posing as a celebrity. A media celebrity at best. Which there is new class of celebrities, guys. And not just the actors, the ballers, the comedians, and any other brands of entertainers. YouTube media personalities are also celebrities. And the bigger the audience is, the more clout and celebrity status they get on here. So that's what is the really predicted future for Fresh and Fit. Now, I could be wrong. I could be telling some lies. I could be bullshitting, y'all. But that's what I have came to a conscious decision and fought long and hard about this. Because let's be honest, you always see these brothers being talked about through other content creators here on YouTube. And let's be honest, most content creators talk about them because it's trending, it's smart, it's something that, you know, if you don't talk about it, you're not gonna get no traction, which I get, I understand. But there is, the old saying goes, no, there's no such thing as bad promotion, whether paid or free promotion. And to be fair and honest, that's the game here. Now, I think I know one other person that knows Tommy Sotomayor. Let me get him on the phone. All right, let me see if he's going to answer this phone. Okay, I was going to make this little stream a little interesting, guys. Make it a little interesting, you know. Yes. Hey, what's good? Hey, Tyrone, let me ask a question, and we're live on air. You know Tommy Sotomayor, right? Yeah. Now, I talked about this video they had with Fresh and Fit and the fighting. I don't know if you covered this on TRS. Have you?
No, man. I told you I've been gone for about a week. I don't know what's going on social media.
Okay. Good. Well, if you notice, for those that's familiar, this is Tyron Thompson from TRS. That Tommy Sotomayor got in a little scuffle with a woman on another person's YouTube channel, which she punched him in the face, and he kind of gave her uppercut, and they had to restrain Tommy from him. And this is live from airway broadcasts. And this video, unfortunately, is hard to find because a lot of people were able to capture it, but this was the talk about all week. And I'm telling people many times that if you don't understand the history of Tommy, that he has a certain history of really much bucking up against women, small or big, most likely.
Right.
And to be honest with you, that, you know, when this happened, I said personally that for him to have the tendency to really take physical violence to a woman and try to keep going at her, he didn't have the same energy with the man in New York years ago when the dude punched him in the face.
Right, yeah, man, that guy's an idiot, man. And like I said, all this social media stuff, man, it's just grown-ass people acting like children on the internet for views and clicks and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's a conversation piece, but I wouldn't get too wrapped around the ankles about these guys on social media, especially the ones that's raising the popularity for saying negative stuff. And I mean, that stuff just draws the wrong type of attention, man, when we should be focused on other things, you know. But it's unfortunate that, you know, that guy got on the internet hitting a woman. It just shows how he is and all that kind of stuff. But you know, I'm probably not even going to follow up on it, man, because I'm really, Gary, I really ain't.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I didn't mention this earlier because this is something that I should have waited until it really settles, but I think it's settled now to talk about it. And I know the you see, the one thing with doing this content, you always want to get it while it's hot. I look at the importance of getting anything hot because I gotta sit back and see the real actual fallback of things. You get me? Because I'm sitting back and listening to people, and I'm saying that, see, this is the behavior towards us as people, and it's something that I don't mind women do certain things, but this is very bad look. This is reflective that when we look at us people, it's not a good look when we look at how we resolve issues towards each other, where violence always ensued. You get me? None of the groups of people you see that will put themselves on live broadcast start fist fighting with each other, the opposite sex. You get me? But we have a custom history of doing this, and this is something that people gotta look at. So this has to be really addressed. You get me? Because
I'm pretty sure they're gonna beat this horse to death. People gonna talk about it all the time, and like you said, people probably got video clips of it and all that kind of stuff, and this is all they're gonna talk about. But let's think for reality, right? The guy is not gonna lose any popularity. He's probably get more popular behind this.
Can you speak up? Wait. Your phone's breaking up. Repeat that. Your phone just broke up. All right. Go ahead.
Behind this stuff, and that's just the way the environment of social media is right now, because they feed off of this stuff. It's like a feeding frenzy, you know. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it died down now. No one's really much investing more time. They're probably giving this lady that did that some more clout, and I think it's intentional. You know what I'm saying, but like I said, with the Fresh and Fit podcast, that they have a history, a custom of women doing ratchet stuff, and most of them are sisters. Maybe one Spanish woman tried this something to one particular man from New York, I think his name was Academic, when she pulled a gun on him. And I'm finally said, how are these women get access to weapons in your place that someone's going to get injured? And if they get injured in live air, and I don't care if you take the video down, that could be your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because people are watching content now. Matter of fact, they're prepared to record this and send it off.
Right, but you got to realize the nature of the beast here. The more controversial you are, the more popular you're going to become. Yeah. So when people do things like that, that kind of irrational, emotional behavior, those people actually get more popular. Yeah, man. I don't. Cardi B, and she was doing things that was emotional and irrational, but she became more popular. Even though she, it had a cost of $4 million or whatever it was. So
you mean Tasha K?
Lady, this other lady that you're talking about pulled out a gun. These things make people more popular.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna argue with that. Yeah, and really, truly, it's more than clicks and views. Is how they attracting certain set of people, because our people are very known, not just non-black people, but just black people in general, but most of us, we're more prone to really talk about it because that's what we like to see. Physical violence, verbal and physical towards each other.
Well, that's human nature. I mean, that's human nature. That's why the gladiators fought in the arenas. Mm-hmm. That's why we watch sports. That's why we watch racing cars, because of the nature of the potential of violence that might happen. That draws attention to people. I don't know what that is. It's genetic. And social media has made it easier for us to have access to that type of stuff, and then when things like this happen sporadically, of course, it's just going to draw more attention. That's just, I don't know, that's in us as humans, I guess.
I agree. All right, Tyron, I'll let you go. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your little input, like always.
No problem, brother.
All right, cool.
All
right, cool. Yeah, it's Tyron Thompson, everybody. Now, let me take another call from this brother. He did try hitting me back up. Yeah. We taking another call.
Hello.
Hey, what's good, Shatter Star?
What's up, my brother?
What's good? I'm live on the air. You know what I'm saying? I'm covering the predictions of the Fresh and Fit. And what I see is next. Now, interesting thing about this, as you know, I'm Shatter. And I hope y'all know that this is Shatter Star, if y'all listen who's on the phone. That yeah. One thing I've noticed that I showed this thing with Tommy and this young chick that he was, I guess, fucking, and how they engaged in fist fights on live air, right? And what I said earlier, because you don't know the history of Tommy, I don't think you do. Maybe you do. I don't know, because like I said, Shadow, you probably more follow certain content as long as me, or how long we've been viewing or watching YouTube. That he had this certain energy and certain savagery toward himself to really, I used to go on the onslaught with a woman, but doesn't have the same energy towards a man. And how I know, because I've seen one video of a man punch him in the face, and you don't have that same energy. You get me? Unfortunately,
Okay, you said you didn't have the same energy.
And I'm not saying he has the potential to do it, but it's like this video right here. I'm watching clearly that he was like trying to push up and try to rush. Like he was going like seriously put some damage on this young chick, right?
Yeah, I kind of seen that video, man. Like I say, I really don't, what I'm saying, rock with Tommy, like, what I'm saying, like that. But, I was seeing that he really wasn't attacking her physically. I seen her threaten attack with that mic thing, and I got a couple of mic stands like that, and those mic stands are like really heavy. That bottom bass, person hit you in the top of the head with that, it'll hit you anywhere with that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be heavy, so I can see why he might have jumped up at that point because you know you gotta protect yourself at all times. All the fighters I know always told me, and it was told by they OGs, protect yourself at all times. So you know, like you don't want to be sitting down when somebody pick up a weapon and hit you in the head. It might be the last time you get a chance to protect yourself if you don't. But I didn't see him hit her. I seen her throw a punch and kind of connect with him slightly, but I don't think he didn't really take damage. What I seen, I don't know, because I wasn't there. But I'm just looking at it like everybody else looking at it. Even though I might not agree with the brother on a lot of stuff that he says, very, very, you know what I'm saying, you know, mouthy about, you know, different things. I think we get very disrespectful, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, once you go into the physical arena of it, that's different. You know, you say somebody had brothers that stole off of them or something?
No, a brother, if I can remember right. A brother, well, you know, like there's certain black men, to be honest with you, don't like Tommy. So they will take the opportunity if they see him in person that they were going to give him one in the face. And he was one of the brothers that was successful to get one clean one on him. You know.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
I saw it. I saw it. I didn't hear. I went and found the video and saw it. This was years ago.
Okay.
So when people say,
he was in New York at that Starnetta event or something like that.
Yes, I forgot what event it was, but it was one of them vets Santa was having. I don't know if it was like some gathering.
I think I seen it. I think it was a whole bunch of dudes kind of like surrounding him, and I think they had stuck a punch him in the back of the head or something like that.
Well, it's not back in head. Like the video, if you could find the video on YouTube, right, you could see clearly that there was like a short crowd, and the guy he punched him in front of him. Like he got one in front of him.
Well, I mean, it seemed like, you know, from what I see, from what, you know, his content, you know, he does speak kind of down on, you know, the black community. I mean, you know, and I'm not here or there on that, you know, but I have seen him make some, you know, saying choice responses about black women. And I ain't gonna say all the time he's wrong, but he has his opinion in First Amendment. Say what he wants to say, you know. But as far as when, you know, I didn't see the whole video with the event in New York, but I know that he knew he was walking in the lion's den when he was going up there, because that was like pro-black central.
Yeah.
Stuff that he says. One thing I can say about him, you know, it's either two things. Either he is brave as hell, or he crazy as hell. Right? I don't know which one, brother. You can tell me better than I don't know, but I will say that if he was that brave to go up there and he know that wasn't no allies on his side, you know, I would say that one dude's still on you, and if you ever seen somebody be jumped before, you know what I'm saying, you will know. Once some people get to jumping you, you know what I'm saying, you know, you ain't got no backup, you ain't got no pistol on you, shit could go wrong. I don't blame him for trying to leave out of that situation. Because let's say he turned around and, you know, seemed like he still, you know what I'm saying, was in there with a lot of them people and just attacked that guy who attacked him. I would say that them dudes would have probably jumped the hell out of him, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because they already was setting him up. Like I say, either he brave as hell or he crazy as hell. He knows what, you know, them pro-black dudes up there going to their event, you saying stuff about the Queen Mother Goddess. you might get simping force. Them simping forces is gonna hit you hard, boy. So I wouldn't have went up there myself unless I was directly on some business. And if I was, and I knew it was gonna be a situation like that, I'm in New York, I can have my pistol legally, I would definitely make sure I had some local security if I was gonna go and take that. You know, speak on him just like that, I would say that, yeah, he could have hit them dudes back like that. You know what I'm saying? He could have, but I don't think it would have played out like everybody else would have said it would have played out. Them dudes probably would have jumped that dude, and it would have been what it was. But when I just look at the situation, it seems like she just does, man, because obviously she admitted that she wanted to come out there. He threw him out, obviously to do an OnlyFans. You know what OnlyFans is. You know what Tommy does on OnlyFans. So he let you know before he threw you out that was what's gonna happen. And you jump on these people's show, and you act like you was just up there to do a meet and greet with Tommy, and you know that wasn't the case, man. Mm-hmm. And I would have questioned if she was on my show or if I was on a panel with her. I would have questioned, like, did you not know before you got on the airplane what was going to be expected of you? And if the answer was yes, then I would say you're wrong, because how you going to attack this man? He's mad about, $5,000. You're actually admitting to prostitution, on these channels. You're admitting to it. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't see that as a good thing. I don't know what kind of publicity she's looking for, KR. Mm-hmm. But she's getting a 15 minutes of fame. But do you really want to be famous for 15 minutes for being a prostitute? Eventually, I think the woman has kids. Do you want your kids to look and say, my mama was going out there to have sex with men for money? When they get in high school, they're going to be talking about you, your children. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't, if I was, her son, I would be like, Mama, you shouldn't be doing that.
Okay.
You got to have some kind. I think some of these ladies, they don't have no shame, my brother. And she shouldn't attack the man. Even at the end of the day, you want to try to go and make the rounds on YouTube. I know it's a lot of men gonna say, yeah, they don't like Tommy, so yeah, it's good that you. But man, come on, man. And most people we be on here with, man, brothers, we know that women abuse, they do, they kill, they can attack and assault people just like a man can. How is we gonna sit up here and say just because we don't like the man, you know what I'm saying? We gonna sit there and say that he's wrong because he attempts to protect himself. I don't want to ever say that. Even if I don't rock with you, bro, I don't want to see nobody assault you, man. I will, I still would like to. Even if I don't agree with you saying, I would still like to sit down and talk to you and have a good conversation with you. I would never wish death or wish no harm on a person, even if I don't agree with their work.
Okay. Well, my thing is this. How you doing, Ray Hammonds? Let me acknowledge people in the chat room. Hold on. How you doing?
Let me hit you right back, man. I got to put you on.
All right, hit me up or jump on the thing. Yeah, I agree with Shatter. But you got to understand, people, that when it comes to the morality piece, when we're talking about us as people, that's gone long time. A lot of women today, the modern woman, not the old-fashioned, but the modern woman, she will sacrifice and forsake her sluttiness. Or no, so let me say this. She will forsake that just to get monetary gain now and worry about the consequence later. That's the thinking of the modern female today, fellas. Unfortunately. 15 minutes of fame is like a lifetime for the modern woman today, guys. So yes, I could see them doing it, and I could see many more will attempt to do more in the future. And the reason why that is because it's better to get something out a nigga now than hoping not to get nothing at all. And with that thinking, yes, you'll get some for a certain set of men. If they're mostly a Gen Xer or baby boomer, you'll get that more. But to these young dudes today, shit, if you ain't no fucking non-select, serious lame Negro out here, you're not gonna be obligated to sit there and say, I'm gonna pay something, baby. Just let me get a whiff of the pussy. Matter of fact, this show me a presence. Just please send me a picture, a video, please. You might find them dudes. But to some of these Gen Zs that got their mind right, got their head on straight and probably focused, I don't see that happening for a lot of them. Matter of fact, they probably will win more with some of these ladies than some of the fucking lames that talk about they can't get access to some of these women. Matter of fact, I was listening to a room, since I'm going off topic, of this saying that if a woman, if she got pussy, then she should not be broke. And I have my own take on it that if you got pussy, you should put your pussies to use. And let's be honest, if you're really prostitute and selling yourself, you better off going the prostitute / and stripper / baby sugar baby route if you really want to be in the business of getting paid. But if you take some alternate route where you just go sit there look for random men to sit there and then convince them to give you something for nothing, you're dreaming. I don't care how much resource the man got. There's nothing there's always something. Not you give him nothing and you don't get nothing in return. That only works for men that don't got their head straight. If they got the money, yes, they're in a good spot. But I always question men that got the resource, the money aspect, or any tangibles. That how much you are in control around these bitches. And yes, we're gonna use the word bitch tonight for the sake of this conversation. And the answer is a lot of them from I'm viewing, watching, that you gotta be an old fool, a failure to sit there and throw your money at anything. Your money should be a resource where you make use of it. And I think a lot of men today of any generation, from what I'm seeing, don't make use of their dollar bills. I don't care what a woman tell me or anybody tell me. I hear the conversation, I pay attention to what you put out, and I conclude you're not it. Hold on, what's this? Okay. Somebody sent some message. I don't know what that was. So, like I said, you gotta give something to get something. I'm not in the business if I have the money, and I do have some money. I need some more money, but I got some money nonetheless. That I'm not just gonna throw money, just the possibility of sex, ladies. Absolutely not. I'm an older gentleman. I can't speak for any man older than me or a little bit younger than me that they won't feel obligated to be generous to give you a couple $100 and $1,000 to pay small things like your rent, your light bill, and all this stuff. If I'm going to spend money like that, it's going to be to my benefit of some usefulness. Now, if we like to, work together, make some money, you and me, as a man and woman, I have no problem with that. That's cool. All right, join me soon, bro. I'm listening. I'm still keep broadcasting. So the link's up there. Jump on in. Want to have the conversation. But like I said, I'm not in the business of throwing dollar bills. Now, most of these rooms on Clubhouse, I'm gonna tell you personally, they're very much intriguing and they get very much lit, like on fire. And you know what's the normal subject when niggas are on Clubhouse? I hear about fucking relationships. I hear about say, you're broke, pay me, you know what I'm saying? Give me money for this. Trying to teach women on some game, which you got no game, because if you don't have a successful relationship and a marriage more than it stretched from 10 years, I'm sorry, you have not accomplished it. And this applies to both men and women, including myself. And I'm not in the business of dealing with relationships. How you doing, JT Coins? Because this, on the average, the Chaos Rain channel is more of a podcast on many subjects. We don't focus on just the aspects, the small, minute shit. We don't talk about red pill on the average, the blue pill. And hell, we don't talk about female nature because let's be honest, as men, depending on your age, you already know what these females are at and what they're doing. Is only thing is, are you getting what you really deserve with these females out here, fellas? That should be the biggest question to ask yourselves. And the answers from what I'm following, I think a good portion of y'all possibly have not. And it's not your fault that if you didn't get what you need from these women, as I'm saying that if you got the money, and you guys do, no matter if you make 40K a year or greater or even less, what are you doing with the money you make your time to better yourself? Is your time being put to good use or is being put to waste? All right, let me check. So my thing is this. I have no problem with what a man does with his time and his wallet. And I know there's a thing that's being pushed, this tricking thing. And as a man, I don't advocate a man of any age should be tricking his money to women, especially modern women here in America. If I want to keep 100, y'all. In my opinion, because a lot of women don't really deserve your time and attention, much less your resource. Because they have not proven nothing or shown anything of value to your life. You throw money at them, what you get in return? What, a whiff to pussy? The possibility of sex, or even sex altogether? Then what? It does become a transaction over time, guys, gentlemen. And the question you ask, do you want to be that trick or that transaction? Now, Fresh and Fit, they got a course on their Patreon and all that stuff, teaching young black men about game and nature and all that nonsense. But let's be honest. The reason why they get the outcomes with women, which is questionable. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay. So another thing. I get message like crazy, guys. And another thing. They teaching these young men, mostly men that is under the age of 30. And how I know? Because it's not black men that teach it. They teach it all cross of life. Men that's other race of men. From Indian, white, Hispanic. And I'm thinking, I'm really looking at this and thinking really heavily on this, that why were you as a young man that's either finishing high school or still in high school, if you have the money, which, let's be honest, most majority non-black men don't got money like that, you're going to pay $1,000 for a course to learn and how to bag women. Where those times you could be spending as how to better your mind and your money and your body. Now, women come, that's good. Take the advantage. But if not, don't worry, they will come eventually. And I think that's one of the biggest issues. But like I said, if young black men, because either they're getting some, or my fault, men in general, not young black men, but men in general, are investing time and resource to these brothers just to know how to get into women's pants. To me, there's a failure in regards, in part, of the parents, particularly one parent, because let's be honest, a lot of males are raised in America by one parent. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Okay. Yeah. I'm probably gonna put my phone down because I'm getting too much message. That's what happens when you using other social media outlets. And I advise most people, if you're gonna be doing content on YouTube or any other outlet, you must try to expand yourself so you get a better audience and better reach. I have not taken the advantage of Clubhouse yet like I should, but I'll probably go look how many people are following me off Clubhouse, and if I get a certain audience, I might start doing rooms in Clubhouse very soon. But right now, I'm just sitting back and enjoying the app for now. I have my own issues with Clubhouse. I think many people that's using Clubhouse today, they could never do what they do on Clubhouse and try to monetize on YouTube. And here's why. I seen one, and I was in one room, and I saw someone brother simulcasting on YouTube with it. And I'm be honest with y'all, I'm gonna give you a heads up for those that's gonna listen to this. It's not effective. Now, if you're streaming from Clubhouse to YouTube, that is not a good playbook for the short term and the long term of things if you're trying to grow a channel on YouTube. YouTube is more visual. As you can see right here, there's not much visual now, but in time, it will. It will. I'm not sure how I'm going to make that happen, but in time, eventually has to be somewhat visual for your eyes. It's meant for that. It's not meant for too much podcast, audio podcasts, and these avatars. I've learned firsthand because I've been doing that for 3 years. And some people, they're able to grow audience this way if they're charismatic. But majority of us that does this will not grow like that. And if you're trying to grow very fast, exponentially, very rapid growth, you start putting out visuals on here. That's how this thing works. So with Clubhouse, most people, men and women, and even women, if you're here and you're getting support just to people to finance your little small lifestyle and by giving cash checks instead of people making money on here, I'm looking at saying this is not real monetization on that app, because on YouTube, for those that's not familiar, YouTube will pay you by commercial ad send. Clubhouse will not do that. They're hoping in the next couple months, going a year, that they could potentially monetize it where people could get ad revenue on their platform. But until then, this little PayPal Cash App nonsense that people are doing, besides me, and usually because I haven't got a super chat yet, this is the only way we allow people that enjoy the content to donate, so it could probably be put to good use to build on something more. And this is why I don't respect people that get large audience for, say, a conversation, and they're not taking the time and energy to really invest into this to make it some more than it is than just a money grab, in my opinion. Now, certain women don't care because they just want to put out content for the content, but they're not really serious. And I'm thinking, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a hustler, you should take everything you do seriously, in my opinion. That's just a given truth. That's really a more role for actual hustler / entrepreneur, which is two different things. And I say personally, you're not really an entrepreneur unless you're really paying heavy taxes. And the average entrepreneur, let's be honest, if you're getting money like that, you got to pay Uncle Sam his cut. There's no way around it, especially somebody's giving you by the thousands. They cut back on that beginning of January, where now they're monitoring everybody's transaction that goes beyond $600. You get it? So the days that you can make money behind closed doors or hand over fist digitally has really ended. And be honest with you, the government has to really restructure that, because if you're going to monitor people's money, it should be, to me, no greater than $5,000. And the reason why I say it is because most people that get money, $600 is where the average American don't got in savings in emergency for a rainy day. So to make it that low, it tells me that they've been monitoring people's transactions quietly now for the past year and a half or two. Since Cash App came around, people were really using that app more to get money over fist easy. So they know how much money people are moving back and forth digitally without them knowing. and getting their cut from Uncle Sam. That's what I've noticed. So that's why when they reduce it from the thousands to 600, it's really telling you said you're making some beyond 600 either monthly or yearly. They already know the numbers off the head by the amount of money that's being bounced back. And that's through the financial report, through PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, etc. That's where, in my opinion, they got that number from. So, yeah. So, like I said, if people are going through that old-fashioned route, through Clubhouse, making some money, and you're getting money like that, like really money like that, all I can say is you're going to have to start reporting that shit to the Uncle Sam. We're almost in tax season, people. And trust me, their cut is not going to be 21%. The word on the street is now that, from what last time I checked from the fiscal budget, and I think Cerulean Gray did content on this, and you should check his channel out. They now raised the tax thing from 21% to 28% now. So if you're making a certain amount of money that's over exceeding amount through digital transactions like Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, etc., if you're getting automatically 600 or more like that, you gotta give Uncle Sam 28% of that cut, and you know the math out of that. So if y'all guys hustling backwards like this, that they gonna hit you. Especially the more money you're getting under the fist, the more tax you gotta pay. And 28% is somewhat a lot. If you think about if you're not getting thousands, you gotta do the math. Out of that 20%, he has to get his cut. You're not making no money on here. If you're doing this just to create rooms on that Clubhouse, just to pay a bill or rent and stuff, you're in trouble, in my opinion. You're in serious trouble. You should be able to be hustling yourself so that you don't get to the point where you have to pay the necessities of life: food, clothing, and shelter. Now, if you're getting that just to pay like small stuff, like play money stuff, that's different. But if you doing that just to pay for the three necessities, you're in trouble. You need to start reevaluate your hustle, and you might have to do some more tangible to get some actual side money. So I see somebody in the back. I'm going to open this up. Hello, Ray.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's good? How you doing, man? Okay.
Yo, yeah. I'm outside, so you may hear some cars, that come past or whatever temporarily. But yeah, man. Oh my God, you hitting up on this? Okay, you hitting up on this too, huh?
I'm hitting on a lot of things. Yeah.
I mean, and there were some things you said too, man. That brings a lot of shit to question, man. Like, damn. Especially you hit up on what, inflation? Yeah, man. And so
28%. Now it's back to 28% from what I'm hearing from the fiscal budget by Cerulean. And I was not surprised because that was the direction this administration was going to take it anyway. Like how they reduced the tax rate from 30 to 21. When these people came in, they were going to re-up it back again. You get me? And usually is in a downside of a greater, more recession. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm not promoting or saying what's going to happen, but we are teeter-totting on the brinks of an actual collapse. You know what I'm saying? Very soon. Very soon. I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to be this decade we have an actual collapse. And, I've heard this from the elder Igmore and stuff, and he said, "Do you want that?" I said, "I don't want nothing." But the way how this Western world is shaping, they're actually really preparing that. You get me?
So really, it's all about right now with all these chambers, that we have against us, especially as black men. It is best for us to focus on, getting as much money as you can. You know what I mean? And find ways to store it, where without them trying to monitor it. But for what it seems like that Big Brother got eyes everywhere. So
yeah. And if you think about it, right, it's not hard to really stash, but you see, it goes back to you have to buy and purchase things that has asset values. Now you hear about gold and silver, right? Those things, right?
Yeah.
I don't own much silver, but let's be honest. If you run through fiat currency, there's depleted dollar bill, right? That is inflated. That you have to buy some that
Right.
has some real tangibles. If not now, but right away, you have to start thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? No one say to go buy up real assets. Usually, the smallest asset you get is if you get some silver and purchase actual gold. Not many, but just enough. You put this up in a cushion. You know what I'm saying, for any deflated value that once the money is deflated, something is going up. You get me? That has value. You get me? Because the dollar bill doesn't have nothing. Digital currency, let's be honest, is digital currency. And
Well,
the
yeah.
coins we see now, there's gonna be a point in time now there's gonna be only a few coins that's gonna be legit tender. Just like the .com bubble, which I didn't know much about in the late 90s.
Are you touching in the crypto?
Yeah, I'm touching crypto. That it's gonna be one coin or two, maybe three, depending on how it plays out. That's gonna be the actual currency. You get me? All these coins you see out here, you can make money off them, but these coins are just little play coins. They're not like the official ones that has real entrenched battle in the long term. And I can see it. I could see it.
I'm not that savvy when it comes to crypto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I haven't yet, sat down and, studied it and shit. So, and plus, too, there's guys out there, trying to charge for the info, like just for the basics. So,
yeah.
So it's stuff that you have to learn on your own. Yeah, man, it's just rather just find ways, able to make as much money as you can. Especially too, like I said, with all these chambers of things, that are against us, it's best for us to, just save ourselves. You feel me?
Yeah.
And do the best we can. Hell, and network with those, who you're able to network with, and try to flourish from there. But in regards to this situation right here, the F and F, man, yeah, I caught you like in, while you was flowing. But what was your what? But I want to start with this before I get mine. What is your thoughts on this whole situation?
Well, to be honest with you, the reason why I'm putting up this image you see here, and as you know, everybody's seen it. My take on it is, let's be honest, bro. It's a bad look in behalf of us people, especially the women, where they're not really rationally thinking. Say, you're the only one of our race has shown evident that you will go and square up and fist up with any man, including black men, and do not find it a problem.
Right.
And I never conceptualize other races of people, men and women, because I don't focus on. But let's say, for the sake argument, I do focus on, really put the lens back on them. I have to really look at us and them, saying there's some things they will not allow to do, unless it's maybe a movie and stuff that we'll see them maybe engage, but we don't really do that. I mean, they don't normally do that on broadcast where you're going to see them on a constant fist fight. You get me? But when it comes to us, and let's be honest, Ray, and I see our comments, I'm reading in a second, guys, that we're not really teaching the young girls that is very much inappropriate, that you should not be engaged in violence with the opposite sex or any person to solve problems. You get me? I don't care what environment you're in. You should not. The first thing that comes to mind if someone says to me that you're going to really engage in actual physical violence, and I think that's going to end well, And I've seen it happen time after time with the youth and even adult women. I remember one woman on another clubhouse. This is like a few days ago. How she used to bang out because she used to have fights, like fist fights, like physical fights with her brothers. Because boys with other brothers and sisters like to play fight or actually fight. And I'm looking in the back of my mind and said, as a man rationally thinking, say that's not good. Because now you're learning how to actually engage in physical violence with the opposite sex, like you resolve problems. And as a woman, you should not be taking on violence likely as a pre-course for every little thing. Amen. That's a learned behavior. You get me? And the mothers or the fathers or anyone, they train their sons to don't hit. And I get it, but you should not be training your daughters that they should be physically fighting. any person, period, especially a male. You get me? Because now you put yourself in harm's and dangerous way. To men right now, like Mr. Sotomayor, that just don't give a fuck. You get me? And if you see the video, when she punched him and he is able to get a quick swing on her, he tried to lunge in, try to attack her. Now, mind you, if this was some dudes that happened, and I saw the one in New York, and probably Black Mind could probably vouch for this because he watched the pro-black sector, which I remember years ago, that Tommy didn't have that same energy trying to lunge at that one brother that punched him in the face in New York years ago. So his way of aggression and violence only varies depending on the sex. I hope that answers your question. All right. So let me read the comments. All right. Hold on, let me move this because I can't see this. Hold on, guys. Okay, Chaos, I teach these, okay, queens, how to speak English. I have a fuss at them to get them to, okay, punctuate, and that's something they should know from their own language. Okay, cool. What's the next one? They be punctuating questions with periods, and that's incorrect, even in Arabic. Olo behind, okay. Afro shop, what's good? Salute. I meant to type only slow behinds. Okay. Salute. Okay. Did Tommy hit that lady back? I couldn't see that part clearly in the video. Black Mind. I think you're water sniper, but I could be wrong. To be honest with you, from what I'm seeing through the video, she actually, Tommy did actually got one in on her because when she threw that punch, he was able to do like a, what do you call it, uppercut from what I'm seeing from the video. If I pull up the video again, let me see. Let me find the video.
Yeah, pull it up again because it seemed like that she got more of a cleaner hit on him than she did.
Mm-hmm. See that?
Well, damn it, no. Go back.
I mean, it's hard to zoom in, but I could see the swing as she hit him, and I see him swinging back like he gave like an uppercut and try caught her. But it's hard to say because they're far away from the video. Now, mind you, Fresh Fit got the actual angles of this because they got many cameras. You get me? So they got the actual footage. You're not gonna get that unless you subscribe to the Patreon.
Well, I mean, you would think though, damn it, the bastards would have some cameras like right back there and shit.
They got cameras everywhere. They got from the side angles. They got one from the podium outside. They got them everywhere, bro. And it's kind of smart.
So you say they set it up like that, damn it, where they would be like, oh, these camera angles, oh, your ass got to go to Patreon.
No, because think about it. When they do the what do you call it? What's that thing that Myron Gaines does? Frank Castle, he kicks them out, and they have their phones. They got cameras near the computer set. They got them right there ready because they're showing it, so they're recording it. So once they show her getting removed, they're gonna post it on their Patreon. They got many camera angles, bro. Many.
Yeah, I mean, he could have like, hey, took it like, I mean, because she looked kind of stout too, man. You know what I mean? Because you gotta keep in mind, the Lord knows I mean, I like big girls to a degree. Ain't no lie about that. Ain't no secret. I made that known plenty of times. But damn it, but they can get outrageous with it, man, because these damn steroids and hormones and all that shit that they put in this damn food. Yeah. So which probably has helped cause them, damn it, to look all terraforming. On top of that, damn it, they be self-mutilating themselves too, you know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? She has that masculine energy too, especially too. They're gonna definitely have that when they deal with so many of men, like half the nation kind of ordeal. So Therefore, he's gonna just get those vibes down in hell like he's dealing with a man. It's like a mirage he's seeing, like a damn man. Like, no, but I don't. I'm not for putting the hands on a woman and all that shit. But damn it, that bitch would have got the Hadoken to the chin. Yes, I mean, yeah, I just know because, like I said, us men, we gotta be serious. I mean, like that's serious, like 1 against 10,000. You know what I mean? Because if you're on the side of for men's rights, you know, and the protection of man, and man, reaching up to greater heights and all that good shit, then all the more reason then for you to put that high energy into getting ready to go combat mode even for your dream, because no one is going to fight for your dream but you know what I mean, and all everybody else. I mean, you may have people that may help uplift you, but you know what I mean, but for the most part, you got cats damn in hell that's trying to, they don't give a fuck about you, hell, they'll try to tear your dream down, so you got to be at the ready to defend it against anybody. And right now, since we know how small this space is or whatever, and uh quarrels that go on, what I mean, the back and forth, whatever, because people got their own little attributes, or their own customs, what I mean, they want to try to force upon one another or whatever. But so therefore when it comes to the woman, you gotta be prepared. Like, boom, like I'm like, dude, I even said it on my shit. I'm like, man, you can't even block. Like, come on now. Like, these chicks though, they're kind of quick, like cats. You know what I mean? When they throw them swings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When they throw them hands and shit. So, like, you gotta be at the ready, like kind of like UFC, block that shit. Like, and well, okay, bitch. Hey, she hit me, got the mark on my arm. Hey, bitch, you're going to jail. How about that?
Yeah.
And the only time in that situation where I will really erupt is when she goes, and I probably have said this on my stream already, that
Yeah.
and probably other cats haven't covered it either. She's a straight up fucking Keisha to the highest level. Therefore, there, therefore, what makes you think this bitch wouldn't go and get some damn Pookie and Tyrones and shit, panda bears, what I mean, with their capes out, just at the ready to do her bidding, like the succubus desires.
Mm.
What I mean? That's what the she demon does. You know what I mean? Hell, she likes that. Just imagine that picture of a chick in a sexy medieval armor kind of get up. You know what I mean? And she's all busty looking, whatever. Titties popping and all that shit. Thighs, whatever. Not too fat,
Which
not too
dudes don't
skinny.
mind. They
And
don't
and,
mind.
and she's sitting on her throne, and at the bottom of her throne is all nothing but bodies of men. That's what a lot of these fucking women want.
Mm. Wow. You're right. You're right. You're right. The only thing I can say about this is, to be fair, honest, a lot of men wouldn't mind seeing a scuffle between other women, and their titties come out, because they want to get a quick view. As a matter of fact, some dudes,
Yeah.
they don't mind so much that they will take their camera phones and get ready to record it and be saying, "World star, world star."
Oh yeah, that shit. Man, it's like that. I'm like, I don't get it. It's like certain people do certain shit, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
you're like, I never could conjure up that crazy ass weird desire to do such crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, what the hell? Like, and to me, that's crazy. Here, put my phone out, be like, World Star. I don't care to put my phone out for that shit. I'm doing other shit on my phone. Fuck what they doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you having that mindset, you look at people that do that, like want to pull their phone out and be like, try to capture something for War Star. You look at them like, damn, what the hell's wrong with you? And plus, too, simps. Yeah, I've been a simp, but damn it, there's shit that simps have done that I never thought of doing. Fuck that. paying a bitch's bills and shit. Nope.
But I said this earlier. I'm not sure how long you've been listening in regards to the
Yeah.
aspect of men spending money on women.
Well, I mean,
And
yes. Okay, yeah. Dive in a little bit more for me. That's when I like. That's when I came in. Came in the middle of that. Go ahead,
yeah,
bro.
my thing, if your man, depending on what your financial situation is, whether you're mid, upper, or lower, and I say all aspects, three aspects.
You
And the reason why I say all aspects is if you're a man, and it doesn't matter if you're 18 or
woman,
over, yeah,
right?
especially if you're 30. The point is this: if you're gonna be throwing money at any woman, it better be of something of value to you that you benefit and get something in return.
Oh yeah, okay. You was talking about this also in the relation of the Tommy situation. Yes, yes,
I mean, no, not relation. This is what I'm saying. Now, in regards to Thomas Sotomayor, because he is quote unquote, he's a millionaire, which I'll take that. That he has the money to go spend money on certain women, mostly young women, fly him out, put him on OnlyFans, get his dick sucked, get fucked, and send him off their merry way. This young
yeah,
right here, Thomas to the man stinks and all stuff. And I'm saying, if this man stinks, what it makes you, young prostitute? Because woman that knows if a man has certain odors, whether body odors or his Johnson stink, you tell me you will still suck his dick and fuck him? I'm very much confused. Usually, if a man has an odor problem, you should not even engage in no sexual intercourse because he can give you something.
Well,
I'm
I
just
mean, while she's talking about that chaos, didn't she, or something was said about her damn in being a basically like with her, like you said, a porta potty, her getting shitted on and shit.
oh, I didn't know about that. That's something new to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a thing that I just came across, man. Cats, females and dudes like that shit getting done on them, man. Like pissing and shitting and
I, I
no, and they be spending bread too.
I would say in Dubai, it's a known custom for them Arabs in Dubai to really invest money in women, any race, national women, and they be shitting on them, like literally. And I'm thinking saying if they're doing that and you're taking their money, it makes you the scum of the earth, a shit bag, a shit collector. You get me? It tells you that there is a price for self-respect, right? And women are willing to pay that price to be shitted on and disrespect. Unfortunately, you know. And that's why a lot of men don't have no respect or value of certain women, modern women today. I shouldn't be as mad to hear stories that women are entertaining the degenerate
Oh,
decrepity behavior.
can you hear me?
Like that. I can hear you now. If you were talking, you probably was muted. But I can hear you now.
No, no. Yeah, because my thing switched to my Wi-Fi. I mean to my internet. But
Okay.
but no, yes, man. And so it's like, dude, when it comes to question like, okay, if there's any good women here, maybe, but I
Yeah.
I'll say those women are probably already married because that's what usually happens. Like when I come across them, they got this glow, like like they're a cooperative woman. You know, what I mean, they got this energy, that they're giving off. You feel me? And it's just nothing but pleasant and coming from like, oh, I'm married. That's why I got this thing, around my finger, and oh, yeah. I salute and and I go the other way because I don't fuck with married women.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my code. So that's my code. But but yeah, like dude, the money I was told, man, that he what 2,500 he gave that chick that stayed, that light skinned girl, and money that he spent the food. I mean, yeah, he got the bread to do that, but I'm like, damn, that's like a good 2-3 months in Brazil or Colombia, man. And I don't know how long the flight was, Lord. Therefore, the judge just, you know, how much the tickets will cost or whatever. But you know what I mean. But I'm like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like I think I'm calculating that up and then matching that with what brothers, in the traveling space, telling me, how much you know, around about like, price of how much it would cost to set up shop for about like a month or two. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, okay. Matching that up with how much I'm like, nigga, I'm like, I call that backwards tricking. I mean, that's backwards, bro. Like, come now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could have took that like within that month, like, that ain't just for your housing and shit. Like, of the amount, what it takes, to set up shop there, like in Brazil and Colombia for a month, um,
Okay.
at least a month.
Okay.
But you use that damn it to just have a good time too as well. Chill on the beach. You know what I mean, and you good, and you got money too flowing in too, especially too when you're working remotely.
Mm.
No, like so. Therefore, I feel like I know that this man, if I fuck the feels, we got to work on getting that out of our vocabulary as man. Um, but I believe in no. Damn it, his ass could have had a good ass time. Damn it, no problem. Hell, down there, he could have had probably 2 or 3 chicks chilling with him.
My thing with the traveling abroad, the my thing is this: if you're a black man and you're on some grind and purpose, it should be something that you want to be seriously productive and buy and gather something outside America if possible, besides women. Because let's be honest, I hear the scope of women outside America that they're cool, but it's always ethical, in my opinion. Once you got your mind and your money right, that these women will know and smell it, and they're just gonna floss over you, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm all for
And
like
not only
going.
that, and not only
I'm
that,
all for
it,
going overseas for the whole experience. To
yeah,
absorb the
yeah,
whole culture. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Afro Shop says
cause,
here.
that's what you're talking about, right?
That's what I'm implying for those that if they're going outside the country, that they should be focused more on that. But that's just me. But let me read this comment. Fresh and Fit has a base and will continue to profit there, but attracting a black audience is dead for them. Well, the whole premise is they really try and gather everybody, because you think about the two brothers you see on Fresh Fit, they're not really ADOS by nature. One is from Sudan or Sudanian descent, and the other one is from the Bahamas. I think Barbados or St. Lucia. I think Fresh is. So they don't really have a connection here in the soil besides making money here. But besides all the other stuff, that's not their focus, So you look at the amount of women that's on that podcast is majority non-black and very few blacks. And the blacks that's there, they're there for humor, comedy, the ratchetness. It's for those women that's black to really put themselves out there, to put the name out themselves, to have their so-called IG brand out there. Because they know saying, if I get on this podcast on YouTube, I'm going to get thousands of followers. Because with women today, brother, the modern women today, they're more focused on followers to grow their little small struggling IG pages. That's their real intentions. And if they can't do it, they'll try to get some clout by causing chaos and disorder. You see it every time. You'll see them sit there arguing,
Pun intended.
talking back to the brothers on there, saying some fly stupid shit like the one, what do you call it, China doll? I think it's name. And when I look at her, say there's nothing Asian about that chick. She is black as they come. They look at her as
right.
Talking about, and I don't respect a lot of chicks call themselves off of Asian shit because it looks tacky and goofy. In my opinion.
I think they do it when they recognize and see them that they within their genetics, them, and when they see it, when they get to a certain point, they realize like, huh, my eyes kind of my eyes kind of do look Asian. I'm gonna call myself Black China doll.
Please, I don't respect most of these chicks that call themselves China of anything, man. To be honest with you,
And
man.
put eyelashes on, damn it. It's about as long as a camel spider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell no,
Yeah,
no
man.
sir.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't respect it, to be honest with you. I don't
I
see.
mean, and what do you think about these cats, these dudes that are just they're even older than us? You know, what I mean, I'm in my mid 30s. Dudes that are
Mhm.
like caping for these women, you know, like so hard on all different levels. They ain't on the same level now. They on a different level. Some kind of mild with it, some to the extreme. Like, no, you supposed to kiss that black queen's feet,
Mm.
nigga. What's wrong with you, boy? If she wants her phone bill paid, you pay that phone bill.
It's servitude, man. At the end of the day, and you're not getting anything. You're not even getting the width of the pussy with that servitude. With that mindset, it can be dangerous. Now, I'll be honest with you. In the 21st century, if you have to be a certain generation to think and operate like that, and that's cool. I tell most brothers, if most women think that they're just going to deal with you in a transaction, not give you anything in return, they're doing you a favor. You just send them off their way. The,
Yeah, you know
the
what I mean. They're
you see the
yeah.
power. What a lot of black men talking about, they don't you exercise their power of saying no. If women got like that, bro,
Mm.
if women really got like that, they would not sit here
Say,
begging.
say 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 that
Like
again for the audience. Say that again for the
that,
audience.
well, I don't know where I got this, but I'm gonna say this: you got to exercise your power of saying no. And I think I got this from Marcus. Yes, and I agree with Marcus. You must use the word no. No. You remember the movie that came out from what's the name by the actor name? I think it was Jim Carrey, called The Yes Man.
Yeah, yeah, right.
They say you always can't say no, and anytime it is mine, he's programmed to say yes. You must say yes to
Hmm.
everything. I said no, 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 no. You'll never see him come out with movies.
Right.
Say no. They can't put that bullshit out there because most people, if the movie came out good and said no, what do you think men are gonna do? They're gonna ask, ladies gonna ask, "Can I get no? Can I no? No, no, no."
Girl, girl, get done giving you some top. Damn it. And she asks you, oh, well, are you gonna go down on me now?
No,
No.
no. Are you
Oh
gonna
boy.
pay? No. Are you gonna what? No. Are you gonna take? No.
Oh shit! Yes, boy, exercise that power with them,
You got
and,
exercise it because
yeah,
lot
because
of
that
women.
will build up that strength in you that you need, and especially when you come across a chick who is a 8, 9, or even a damn 15. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? You don't. Man should not have their head buried in a woman's ass. All right.
I agree. Hmm. You're right. You're right. I don't know why they would do so, but it happens,
And it's so potent, right?
Hmm.
And this shows, man, why like, hey, I'm sharing like in the stream, all that shit, man. You know what I mean? Hey, a lot of brothers just standing up against this shit. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm saluting too. You feel me? Because the
Hmm.
more the merrier, man. The more the better. You know, um, because it's so damn potent, dude, to where on this damn YouTube shit.
Hmm.
I mean, you can see it like the antennas of these niggas go up, like when chicks come on the panel and all that, and
Hmm.
especially too, damn how they treat their fellow man. You know, what I mean, with the woman on the panel, they'll be like, "Oh, hey man, Chuck, man, don't disrespect the lady, man. Hey, quiet, quiet. Just giving her so much mic time too, and then letting her talk her trash and all that shit, and just I'm like, damn, just
Mm.
it don't make no damn sense to me, man. It's nonsense. It's fucked up. You know what I mean? Because I cuss any motherfucker out like that. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna come to me be on some, yeah, man, yeah, be on some bro shit. You know what I mean? After the chick leave or before the chick come through, damn it. And then when she come through, you flip flop like a motherfucker. Get the hell on. If these motherfuckers damn it show such as you sense such symptoms like that through cats online,
Mhm.
cyberspace. you can imagine how many fold when it comes like in person. Motherfucker may throw you straight like hell, damn under the bus, under the plane. Shit. You know, so yeah, and it's like, yeah, watch out for those kind of dudes, man. And therefore that's why I stay away, man. I'm like, I'm good. You know, I'll choose to rock with those, I'll choose to rock with.
Okay.
So and I'm glad you let me come up on the panel, you know what I mean, and chop it up with you. So my first
Have you
time
been
on the
on anybody else panel besides mine? Because sometimes I be around listening to content.
oh yeah, I do. It's not as like often and stuff like that, but every two blue moons, you know what I mean, I'll hop on a panel and stuff like that. With me it depends on, to keep real with you and honest. I mean, since you're also like, in your stages of being a, content creator, basically like your first, you know, period of it. Same as me. I hop on panels like when there's like, a topic that I can relate to.
You can add on to it.
Yeah, that I can add on. You know what I mean? Because I don't play that pretending to be a mechanic shit. You know what I mean? Motherfucker be like, hey, you a mechanic? Yeah. You know what I mean? No, and I only know how to do tune ups and shit. You know, like acting like a full fledged mechanic when you only know how to do just some minor basic shit. Like no, like I don't like that. Or coming up there when having a show on a specific movie that I haven't seen yet. And y'all going over it talking about I don't want to hear it because of spoilers, and two, yeah, I haven't seen it, and plus I may not want to see it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's it. You know what I mean? And because with my channel, not only do I want to talk about these social issues and all that, you know what I mean, and being for man, man first, man rights, and all that good stuff. I also want to diverse it, man. Like make it broad. Like I even had like a video or whatever about Joe Rogan and Israel Adesanya. Yeah, and
it's funny. I know one named Vlad talked about John Rogan, and it makes sense.
Hold on. I haven't heard this. What the hell?
Yeah,
because I'm gonna say first off, I rocks with Rogan. I really rocks with Rogan. So
okay.
Yeah, but go ahead. What was about Vlad?
My thing with what's his name? The other cat, Vlad, that saying, and it seemed to me from the title, and if I watch it personally, it's gonna probably focus on the N word from Joe Rogan. I don't think he said, or maybe he might have said N word. I don't know, I can't remember because this was like weeks ago. But to Vlad, it seems like it was a bad thing he did that, and it looked like he's demonizing Joe Rogan per se. But I'm thinking the reason why you will see Vlad talk about Joe Rogan because it's not in the best interest of black people, because maybe it's for the interest of his black wife. Because let's be honest, most of these awkward, non-blacks, you get me? They like to instill into the conversation to other.
Yeah, because I'm like, if that's the case. Ooh, my bad. Go ahead. Ooh, I'm sorry, bro.
To other races, they have to put themselves in it like they're doing black people a favor, but they're really not. You get me? You might fucking sleep it, but you don't really have no best interest of black, because let's be honest, you use black people as a base to come up, and black people, especially major players in the industries that's entertainment, artsy, they actually build this motherfucker up, but you can't get that same from him, which I find backwards. You get me? You're being used, black man. And I tell black men many times, you gotta have some self in the day. You should be used for any group of men if it's not benefiting you. Period. And they see this because they think just having enough in proximity of them, you gain something. And that's a lie. I seen it done too many times.
Clarify this. Clarify this a little bit more for me and possibly the audience too. No, I'm saying like clarifying what you were saying about that, basically about what black men need to watch out for me and the audience.
Well,
just
well, you know,
clarify it a little bit more.
This is what I say it because I see it firsthand, and I see the same top players in the industry that's in the entertainment business with music stuff. They complain how they try to branch off after getting some or try to build other non-blacks in their platforms that they can't get the same return in their own when they separate, and they're crying and bitching about it. But I'm big to say you invest time and energy trying to build somebody else up, and you're trying to separate and branch off, and you get in struggles. That tells you if you can't gain anything in return, help somebody else, that's on you. You get me? And I should expect,
Yeah, yes
I
sir,
forgot the
I
guy's
do.
name. I think his
Yes
name
sir,
is
I do.
Jamar. I think Lord Jabbar. I think it was him. Yes, Lord Jabbar. Yes, him. And I'm thinking, saying, what do you expect? Do you know the history of these people towards us? But and you should be more scholarly because you do read Lord Jabbar. You should know this firsthand because you run conscious just like everybody else. And people can't tell me that I'm lying. You should already know the history of these people, that they have accustomed to using us and gain what they want, and we don't get nothing in return. So if you get fucked, that's on you. Sorry.
Ooh, that's bombs right there. Hell yeah, that's bombs right there.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And um yeah, then that's what really anybody, you know what I mean? Like, if they ain't showing you, you know what I mean, the things that you need to show them, that they're solid, you know what I mean, and that bridge is strong and firm, then if they ain't trying to show them where they're trying to build them or establish a bridge with you, then it's best to cut their ass loose because you got to look at it like this. You know what I mean? Hell, there's better people out there. But a lot of people, they get hung up on one individual. To where then it turns into a sense of worship because your mind and all that is focused on one individual. Fuck, like look, that's why now it makes no sense to cry over if a bitch, leaves you, cheats on you, whatever. Yeah, just chuckle, laugh that shit off, damn it, and just make a phone call to another. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hell, shit. Be like, bitch, your pussy was getting worn out anyway. So you know, what I mean, I was already working on your replacement. Bye, bitch. And I'm sitting back eating some cereal on her ass.
Yes.
Yeah. But
So yeah.
yeah, yeah. What would you say, bro?
No, go ahead. I'll let you speak.
Nah, shit, man, because I forgot what I was gonna say though. Like we was talking about Kanye, right?
No. Actually, we were talking about Vlad and some of the things that I
Oh
dropped on.
yeah, Vlad. Yes, Vlad. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's another, one of them. I'm like, dude, hey, to hell with you. If you like want to come down upon this man, bring the hammer down upon him, whatever, for these compilations of videos and shit that was really taken out of context. And a lot of people, will tell you that too. I mean, that rocks with Joe Rogan, including, a lot of black folks and O'Shea too. Shout out to brother O'Shea. He mentioned that too. While he can't, see that. He don't understand that, or like why there's so many black folks that are rocking with Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, you don't see it, bro. I'm like, that's my big bro, O'Shea. You know what I mean? But I'm like, bro, you don't see it, man. I'm like, his podcast is like, it's so fucking awesome to where it has that kind of power of a gravitative pull to where it just pulls you, in to where it's like you feel like you're there chilling with him, with him and his guests, whether it be one or multiple guests, he'll have on his podcast. Sometimes he'll have like two or three cats, you know what I mean? And hey, and it just be fun, man. Like just listening to it too, man. Like of the experiences that they give off, you know what I mean? That you haven't experienced yourself, like especially too when they go over like talking about deer and elk hunting. Um, deer and elk hunting, and I'm like, damn, and using bow and arrows and all that shit. Uh, his his life as a comedian, his experience, and the other comedians too. When he has them on his podcast, when they go over their comedian experience or just whatever experience of what's going on, especially socially, and it's be cool shit. And also too, you have like authors too there, authors and writers,
Mm-hmm.
musicians. John Witherspoon and his son, John Witherspoon and his son before he died.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, hell, even John Witherspoon like Joe Rogan, motherfuckers. And what? Sit down. Shut the hell up with that bullshit. You don't tell me damn it, John Witherspoon don't see damn it hell the motherfuckers racist or not. Rest in peace. But miss me with that. No. So it's just people. It's just black folks to people that are quick to just be like, "Oh my God, you should be saying that." Hey, and I'm like this. I'd rather use other words than that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, my nigga. I'd rather use like, my brother or something around those lines, or bro or my guy. Yeah. Uh, but at times it slips. But yeah, it's like, damn, what can be done to make it to where it's solid
Mm-hmm.
that nobody in other races can use that word. That they'll be
You can't.
penalized.
You can't.
That
You
they'll,
can't
that
because.
they'll that
Mhm.
they'll be penalized. That they'll be penalized just like you'll be penalized if you was to spew out any Asian hate, or especially the I would say juice people,
Mhm.
the juice people. Yeah,
Mhm.
if you catch my drift. So
Mhm.
yeah, and so like, damn, it's basically like saying, okay, these people get privileges that you don't.
Mhm.
Fuck you. Y'all are out of order anyway. So y'all can't show them where y'all can work together on shit, period, anyway. So to hell with you. Basically, that's the situation.
Mhm. 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 But I think I let my dissertation. I think I gave out what was said on this broadcast enough. I think I will call it and wrap this up.
Yeah.
I think one thing, if anything would get out of this in conclusion to all this, to let y'all know, and let me take this down, that Fresh and Fit, I lay out the predictions. Once they get to 1 million subscribers, their platform is going to be restructured, just like most content creators moving forward. Right now, they're going to allow the ratchetness to keep playing and precipitate on their channel as long as it can until they get to that number. I said personally, it's going to take until maybe the end of 2022. I don't see a super substantial growth. Normally, that people are giving these two young brothers free promotion. Like always, I don't give promotion on here per se if I needed to, if I wanted to. But for the sake of conversation, to have this discussion is to lead onto more important points. And one thing, if y'all did not learn out of this broadcast, notice that it's all fun and games and to grow a platform to where they need to be. Now, any solutions for most people, if they're serious, if they want to slow down these brothers, which they can't because their audience is more than just black, it's mostly everybody. That if you're a black woman, you have issue with their content, you do not participate. You don't go up there, you don't get flew out, or do anything to get the clickbaits on your own platforms. And it's hard to tell modern black women this, but black women are, ignorant, stubborn, hard-headed. They're gonna do what the hell they want, and you're entitled to that. But you're gonna get the same results. You're gonna get that work.
Hey, take care of that bot too in your thing, man. Because
Don't
I
worry,
don't know.
don't worry about the bot. Don't worry about that. He's gone. So, like I said, I only see good things from Fresh a Bit moving forward. They're not gonna lose no sleep. They're not gonna lose no traction anytime soon. So like I said, from one content creator to another, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's working well. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And that's just the message that Chaos Ring will leave out. Any closing remarks, Ray?
Well, yeah, my closing remarks is, now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if they want to bring down the hammer on Joe Rogan, then they definitely need to bring down the thunder on Fresh and Fit then for using the N word. Cultural appropriation.
If they're going to really be serious about the N word, it would defeat white supremacy as we know it. And the reason why I say it's personal, because they still want to exercise the option to secretly use that word. That's why I don't see him put no extra policies in place or any punishment for people using the N word.
Yeah, I agree.
Because this is the only word non-black people will feel comfortable saying to black people. Until they come to the decision that we cannot use this and we're going to start penalizing people, meaning not giving ad revenue or anything of any sort of nature of this word, that's when this word is completely outlawed, completely. But they're not going to do that. They're not going to do it because they want to still have the option to still use the word N-word vicariously. And that's it. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. That's my last word. But thanks, bro, for having me on. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chaos. Appreciate it, bro.
Again soon. Yep. Appreciate it.
Yep.
And I thank everybody for coming on today's broadcast. If you're new to the channel, thank you. And for those that will be future subscribers, like always, you know what to do. Hit that red button. Then hit that top bell. The top will go ding for notifications of uploads and live streams here on the Chaos Ring channel. And one thing I forgot to say, as always in the broadcast, the average attention span for the human being is roughly under 5 seconds. That is no good. You cannot absorb or learn or retain information under a 5-second attention span. You cannot gather or absorb information once your attention span is less than 5 seconds. So like always, the mission to Chaos Ring channel is I'm here to raise your attention span, because God knows you could break and bridge that 5-second gap when you're watching sports, entertainment, comedy, and things that you like to indulge in. Also, follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. And now you can add me a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And the Discord is in the description on the About section on the Chaos Rain channel. And those are links. Thank you for listening to today's stream. I hope to see you on the next live stream or upload or wherever that goes on the Chaos Rain channel. So like always, you know where to find me. Sorry. And like always, let it get us.